What?
My name is Will and I'm 7.
Will is honestly the most kind-hearted, sweetest, innocent, purest of heart.
He's very soft, very gentle. You can tell he's just a very honest individual.
He just lights up a room when he walks in. We best describe him as all that is good in this world.
My father-in-law believes he's an angel, and when you watch him and you see how he acts, you almost think he is. When Will was born, sitting there and holding him, you know, they have him wrapped up, and all you can see is his face and these cheeks. He had the biggest cheeks. You know, you're looking almost at yourself when you're looking at him. I remember, you know, his eyes were just, it was gorgeous.
He was just the most precious little thing. He just stole our hearts because he was always so, happy.
You know, he was looking up at me, and it's tough now because you look back and you see, you recognize now that, you know, that you're not gonna have the future you were expecting.
He started kindergarten and everything seemed to be going pretty smooth. And then he literally went from just seeing like a normal child to all of a sudden everything was here. He was reading here. Everything just became very close to his eyes. He started watching TV closer, started squinting. And you know, we of course initially attributed it to just that he needed glasses, that he was learning to read and write. And in that same time period, he lost his alphabet. He just all of a sudden couldn't remember the letters. So we're trying to teach a child to read, you know, and you're saying, well, what's this letter? And it's A, and he's saying M, and you're going, what's A? And what's the sound? And he couldn't remember any of that, which he had learned and knew perfectly up until that point.
We sent him to an optometrist to have his vision tested. They noticed that he had what they call bullseyes on both eyes, basically in the very center of the eye. And so that led to additional doctor's visits. We ended up seeing a doctor who looked at Will and thought it could be one of two things. He mentioned Stargardt disease and indicated that he would test for one other disease. And he didn't mention what it was, and said that it wasn't worth discussing unless, you know, the results came back that it was that.
It was last June, summer. The kids were in a little summer camp during the day, and I was out back exercising and had run in for a drink, and the phone rang. And I saw it was Texas Children's, and I answered it with so much confidence, like, oh, they don't have anything. They don't know. They're gonna have to keep testing. I kind of answered the phone with like a, hey, what's going on? Y'all are still gonna be testing, huh? Just totally. And the genetic counselor was crying. And I immediately knew something horrible was wrong. And she said that he tested positive for Batten disease, which it literally took me to my knees because I hadn't prepared myself at all for something like that.
So I got on my laptop and started researching. And I remember I was sitting in the chair and she was sitting on the couch, and I said, I was going through it, and I said, you realize this is fatal? And that's when she lost it. And so of course I got up and went over and held her, and we sat there for probably like an hour. And then I went upstairs and I laid down next to Will and held him. So close. I don't think I came back down. I think I slept with him that night, holding him. But I think the hardest thing is the recognition that if you don't do anything, that you're going to watch your child die a slow and painful death as he loses his mind and his body. This is a game changer. I mean, our whole life has changed now because our focus now is on saving Will.
I feel like it's our duty as his parents that we were blessed to have him, and that we will do everything possible to keep him here and keep him well and healthy so that he can live a prosperous life. There's no other option for him. For us, failure is not an option. For us, it's become our life to change this and save Will. And I do believe with all my heart that we're going to do that.
Shortly after receiving Will's diagnosis, the Herndons joined forces with the Beyond Batten Disease Foundation by creating the Will Herndon Fund at the foundation.
He's just so pure of heart. You know, running and playing, he's just a little boy who has so much love to give. I just feel like the world needs people like him in it. His life is just so beautiful. He's just such an amazing child that for me, there's no other option. I mean, the world needs him. We need him. His brothers need him.